And I will let us know when we are ready to have the agenda pulled up.
And team, I just want to say I do have a hard stop. We have our rising sixth grade parent meeting that's happening here at the school right at 6 p.m. But I do have some information that I want to share with this team. So I just wanted to put that out there. Are we ready, Ms. Miller?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
All right.
Thank you
Ms.
all.
Jones, take over.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to John Lewis Invictus Academy Go Team meeting, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I would like to remind everyone that this is a meeting of the Go Team and only members of the team may participate in this discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. And for members of the Go Team, please identify yourself when you speak. I'm pleased to call this meeting of John Lewis Invictus Academy Go Team to order at 5:30. Our first order of business is to call roll. Ms. Miller?
Okay. So, I'm sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm switching. Apologize. So sorry. Here we go. So Ms. Ross?
Present.
She's present. Ms. Jones?
Present.
Principal Garner? Present. Ms. Triplett?
Present.
Thank you. Ms. Laster? Ms. Leslie? Ms. Pruitt? Thank you. I've noted everyone's present, and we have a quorum.
Thank you so much. So since there's a quorum present, we'll go straight to the action item, if that's okay. So the first action item on our agenda is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you and copies are here. Are there any changes that need to be made to the agenda?
None that I see.
Okay, and can I have a motion? I'm gonna make a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay.
Awesome. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, the next is approval of previous minutes. We will review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. The minutes have been provided to you. Are there any corrections that need to be made to those?
None that I know of.
Okay, if there are no further corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meetings?
Motion.
Awesome. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, I think we are moving on to discussion.
I'm sorry, who was the second? I apologize.
It was Miss Triplett, wasn't it?
Ms. Triplett? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the first discussion item we have the final recommendations of the budget. Is that it?
So the items that we see on the agenda, and I'm sorry, I should have shared the spring ACEs, which I think has actually been done. And then Georgia Milestone Testing Plan and Principal's Report and any additional information.
Okay.
Is that the agenda everyone else has?
Yes, that's the one I printed on.
Okay. And Mr. Cogdell is here as well. I know is present. He's in my office currently.
Okay, if we can go ahead with the ACEs.
All right, guys. As far as the spring ACEs, it happened a few weeks back. Again, the ACEs review is a meeting that I have to attend in front of all of the chiefs, the superintendent, and all of the chief cabinet members in Atlanta Public Schools. So for us, it is a snapshot of where we stand as it relates to attendance, discipline, and grading in our signature programming. For us, I mean, we've shown steady growth throughout the school year as it relates to the MAP assessment that we use, which is the universal screener. Our attendance is an area that we need to improve in. And it's something that we'll have to really put on the radar and get some stronger systems in place for next year. And then, our discipline has been on a steady decrease. Right now, we are looking to have less out-of-school suspension days in a full school year than we had 2 years ago before the pandemic, when school ended on March 13th. So if we can stay under 150 out-of-school suspension days for this month and for next month, we will reach that goal. Still a long way to go as it relates to that, but we are moving in the right direction. That's pretty much all I have about ACEs, unless there are any questions for me about that. Do I move to the second discussion item, which is the Georgia Milestones Testing Plan? I should have pulled a copy of that up, but we have a really, really tight plan. We had our second round of training today for all groups. So I think that everyone is crystal clear on what they need to do. We start testing, of course, on Monday. This upcoming Monday, we'll start with our 7th and 8th grade students, so our elder students in the school. They will test, they will take the first section of ELA test on Monday. And then on next Tuesday, they will take ELA and math. I'm sorry, the second and third sections of ELA. And then on Wednesday, they will take the math section. Thursday and Friday, we will do makeups for 7th and 8th grade. No, for 7th grade. On Thursday, we will take the science portion of the milestones for 8th grade, because they take it in all 4 content areas. And in the following week, we will start with 6th grade. On that Monday, we'll do 6th grade ELA, and 8th grade will take social studies, which will be the last part for them. And then that Tuesday, 6th grade will take sections 2 and 3 of ELA. And then on that Wednesday, they'll take math. And then we'll do rolling makeups, because we have to hit 95% participation rate for Georgia Milestones. So that's pretty much the plan. We have a large school. All of our devices have been cleaned and scrubbed. So we are ready to go. We're ready to take it on. We've been given test taking tips every morning. Our teachers are using the resources that we have. One resource that we are really pushing on is the Coach Digital, which we believe is a good snapshot of the types of questions that students will face on the milestones test. So I feel good about what we're doing. Now we just have to execute and see where we land. This will be a baseline year for us, because the milestones will not have any growth components to it. So it is strictly how many kids earn points from developing through distinguished. We'll see where we land from this year, and we'll put a plan in place to improve whatever those numbers are for next year.
Awesome. Thank you, Principal Garner. Are there any other action items that need to be discussed? I think just the principal's report, and was that?
Yes, that's correct.
Principal Garner, you want to go ahead into the principal's report?
I will. For our principal report, just a few things. I spoke about milestones, which is where our focus is right now. I do want to give you an update on our vacancies for next year. As it stands right now, we have 2 interrelated special education positions for next year, one in math and one in ELA. we still have one gen ed English language arts position that we need to hire for. We have one math position, one humanities, a media specialist, and we will have an assistant principal job that will be open because Mr. Fuller, our 8th grade assistant principal, has been promoted to principal over at a charter school within the district. So we're super proud and excited for him. But those are our vacancies. The team is working really hard to get them filled. We are not waiting and we are not settling. So we are pushing forward to hire just the very best teachers that we can find. In addition to that, we've already hired an engagement specialist that'll serve as kind of like a testing coordinator for us. We've hired a new counselor. We've hired 5 new science teachers that we really feel great about. And we have hired 2 humanities teachers. So, and then 1 ELA. So we will push to make sure that we have 0 vacancies. 0 vacancies. We don't want any vacancies in our school. So we're pushing to fill those positions with the best talent that we can find. The last report that I want to give is just some of the highlights from the last time that we've met. Our band, which I'm really proud about, our band received superior ratings at the large group performance evaluation that took place last month. That's the highest rating that you can get. So we have students who are first time, playing instruments to go in and receive a superior is really, really big news. We have 4 students, Amarion Jones, Kiva Jackson, Angie Villalobos, and Robert Lee. They are all 8th grade students. They were all selected to the 2nd round of the Harvard Debate Council Diversity Project. So we are awaiting to see what their next steps are. And preferably, we're going to claim that they're going to make it on that team, which we're going to be really excited about that. But for them to make it to the 2nd round out of all of the candidates speaks volumes as well. I also want to highlight that we participated in the GMEA Honor Choir, which was in Athens, Georgia, for the first time in our school's history. So we had a group of students to go down along with our chorus director, Mr. Robinson, to do that. We had student Deasia Brown, who won 3rd place in the APS College and Career Poster Contest. And then our girls track team placed 3rd overall in the district. So again, some really great things that's happening at our school. Tonight, we have our rising 6th grade parents who will be here in a few minutes to talk about our school, what's new, what we'll be doing next year, tomorrow. And Thursday, we will actually have the 5th graders come out and visit. So they'll be here tomorrow in different ways. We're gonna make it a really festive experience for them so that they get to go home and tell their parents how much they want to be at John Lewis Invictus Academy. And these will be traditions that we will do every year for our students. So I think that's all that I have as it relates to that. Any questions for me?
No, that's amazing.
Hang
How
on,
do we
Mr.
know?
Hang on, Mr. Cogdell has a question.
So,
I can't, Lori, can you tell me what Mr. Cogdell is saying?
He said that at the last meeting when we discussed budget and we were losing an assistant principal, will the assistant principal who was leaving be able to stay now that there's a vacancy?
Oh, no. The assistant principal that's leaving, remember, we're contracting with her for part-time services. So that position is abolished and off the books. And she's not interested in staying full-time. So this will give us an opportunity to bring in a new veteran or a brand new assistant principal into the scope. That's a good question.
Wasn't it?
Any other questions?
I don't have any questions, but I did want to just reiterate that this time of year can be very difficult for our students and staff alike. And one thing that Mr. Garner has committed to doing is there are incentives for the students. So as they meet their discipline goals, just today, you want to tell them incentive they receive?
Yeah, so it's light things. We have set goals for kids that have not been suspended to earn things that they want to do. So last month we did these block parties, which turned out really well. They turned out really well. Kids did a really good job with those. Last week we did ice cream. This week we did the big ice cream freezers that the students like. So small things. This Friday we'll have a big pep rally for everybody that has not been suspended from school, and it's also to prepare for the Georgia milestone. So we're busy, we're working hard, everybody's grinding, but it's good work.
And that definitely helps promote a positive climate and culture. So just to see, the students, a lot of times they're still kids. And so it meant a lot. And for staff, we get to wear jeans so that we can wear soft shoes during testing.
I love Ms. Miller I don't know if this is against, but to figure out how we can support some of those incentives, because I also feel like it's so important to acknowledge the students that are showing up each time doing what it takes to having it. So I'm sure we'll talk about this, but I'd love to see how we can kind of put that out there for other partners to support the students, the teachers, the staff, everyone that's making these things happen. And being proactive about those celebrations. So that's really good.
I want to jump in too, Rejoice. Thank you for saying that. I would be remiss if I left this off. Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up.
Okay.
So we will definitely be doing some things to celebrate our teachers. We also have a lot of activities after testing. We will have a 6th grade field day. We will have a 7th grade field day. And then for 8th grade, they'll have an 8th grade prom, May 14th. It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. If we have anybody here that wants to donate dresses or shirt, ties, jackets, anything that you may have to support, some of our students who may be in need, please don't hesitate. We'll have our 8th grade picnic May 18th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The 8th graders will be going to main event. Field trip May 20th. That's a Saturday from 10 to 2:30. And then we will have an 8th grade breakfast May 23rd, 9:30 to 1. And then, like I said, the culminating activity is the promotion ceremony, which will be May 25th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. So again, busy, but it is all the right work here at our school, here at John Lewis.
When is Teacher Appreciation?
Teacher Appreciation Week is, I'm going to say the wrong week. Give me 1 second. It's not the first week in May. I think it's the May 10th week. Rejoice, let me get the right day. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Okay.
I cannot disrespect that week. We will definitely celebrate.
Okay. I'll put that there in the chat, but okay.
Is it the 3rd to the 11th? I'm not sure.
Let me find out real quick. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. In the interim, I'm going to drop into the chat. If anyone would like to sponsor an 8th grader, they do have fees associated with their week to ensure, just that everybody has a good time. I'm going to drop that link into the chat. It's just.
Thank you, Ms. Miller.
May 2nd through the 6th is teacher appreciation. So that's next week.
Right on time. Okay. Are there any questions before we move on? It seems as though all the announcements have been made, the principal's report. Are there any questions or any announcements anyone needs to make before we welcome the incoming 6th graders? Okay, we'll make sure to get those informations about how you can support the teachers and the 8th graders and all the celebrations. I'd definitely be interested in that. Lastly, we're moving on to adjournment. We have reached the end of our agenda. There are no additional business to discuss at this time. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions, please? Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining tonight's meeting. The meeting has been adjourned.